But I'm still yes, because I'm doing so many things that I probably wouldn't ever picture myself doing. Dude, I'm constantly making videos of myself talking online. And I'm not, I've never been a particularly shy person, but I've never really been an extrovert either. I'm just, if I need to talk to you, I'll talk to you. If I don't need to talk to you, I don't mind not talking to you. But now I'm constantly trying to do things that takes me out of my comfort zone. I love it because I'm always trying to innovate. I'm trying to think outside the box. So yeah, your 20s is for learning. You should learn as many things as possible. And during your learning process, you should also unlearn things. You should unlearn things that do not align to your goals. If there are things that you used to know and you realize that, oh, this wouldn't take me to where I want, unlearn it. Exploring and failing. Failing is, I think failing, the word failure is just an, is it a noun? I was going to say it's an adjective, but I don't think it's qualifying in noun unless you use it in a way that qualifies a noun. But then in English language, you can actually use a word as, I've forgotten what it's called, but you can use a word as anything. So you can use a word as a noun, you can use a word as an adjective, you can use it as an adverb. I'll give you an illustration. Man, man. Now, man, on a typical day, man is a noun. And what is a man? A male human. That is a man. That is a noun. So let me now use man as a verb. John, could you man the door, please? When I say John, could you man the door? I'm telling John to probably stay by the door and not allow anyone in. So by manning the door, he's holding the door forcefully and not anyone allowing anyone in. So in that scenario, man is working as a verb. So John, could you man the door? And then I can also use it as an adverb to qualify a verb. Now let's see how can I use man as an adverb. So I need to put a verb. So John, I can probably use that in a reported speech though. Manning, while John was manning the door with his strength, manning in that phase, it's no longer that is a noun. Manning the while John was no, that's an adverb. While John was manning the door. A round of applause for your tutor. So yeah. So failure personally for me is a word that in my own dictionary is a figment of my imagination. You see, in life you can never really fail. You can't fail. You only fail when you die. And when you die, you haven't failed. You have just ceased to exist because oblivion is inevitable. But when we use the conventional definition of failure, and I'm not going to I'm gonna start using my dictionary to try and check the meaning because that is just going to take a lot of time. I don't think an average person's attention span can actually handle that. But failure, what does it mean to be a failure? Or what does it mean to fail? Conventionally speaking, failure means you're not succeeding in something. But can you ever really not succeed in something? Because for you to not succeed in something, then that means it is something that you wanted and you never tried. So because you didn't try, you failed. But then because you never tried, you can't fail in what you didn't try. Now let's say I tried to do something and it eventually did not work out. I tried, but it didn't work out. So I didn't fail. I just didn't accomplish it. So personally, I don't think you can fail as a person. I only think you can either be a person that does what they should do or let go and discard what they should do. So right now, I'm doing my business and I'm putting in all my strength and all my efforts. And I know for a fact that it will work out. But peradventure, it doesn't. And this is why I don't listen to J. Cole anymore. I still love J. Cole. But I don't listen to J. Cole because unlike Kanye is very delusional. Kanye believes it's inevitable for him to win. But J. Cole, I listened to J. Cole yesterday in the common room, and then he said something about on his the fall off. Is it the fall off off season? On off season, it was like at least he made it out. So I think he's talking about how he doesn't have a Grammy because he still doesn't have a Grammy. And back in the days, it used to be the big three of Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole. But J. Cole doesn't have a Grammy. Kendrick has Kendrick has, Kendrick has lots of Grammy, and Drake is practically God right now. So back then it was the big three, but right now it's not even a competition because J. Cole is out of the equation. And that's why Kendrick was throwing a beef at Drake. And if you really fuck with their music, realize that Kendrick is just a very petty person. That is just a, excuse my French, just a bitch ass nigga. So J. Cole was like, oh, at least I made it out. That just gave me the ick. Because, yes, at least he made it out. Oh, if you want it as bad as you want it, then you should go for it. But then, does that mean J. Cole is a failure? No, because a lot of people would not even start what he did. So he's not a failure. But in the conventional or non-conventional way, you might be like, oh, J. Cole is a failure. But he is not a failure. And the person that never started is also not a failure because the person that never started probably started something else and did a whole lot more better. So that person is also not a failure. So personally, failure for me does not really exist. To me, it's just a figment of my imagination, and it's just a word that I don't use and I don't think about. I don't think about failure or failing in things. I just think about trying and not trying, doing and not doing. So, what's the moral of what I was trying to explain? Well, moral of what I'm trying to explain is that the 20s is for learning, feeling, exploring, and unlearning. Now, if you can't feel, you can either just do what you need to do or do what you want to do in your 20s or be another person that just lets go of the things that they should do. Now, exploring, your 20s is for exploring, and exploring is you experimenting and trying out so many things. Just try out as many things as possible. You never know what you're good at if you don't try it. Now, you grow by doing, not just thinking. Hmm. You grow by doing, not just thinking. There's a quote that says actions speaks louder than words. Action. You need to do, you need to act, and not just think about doing, actually doing what you want to do and what you need to do. Actually making the sacrifices that is required and necessary of you. Because if you think all day and you don't do, then in that scenario, I guess you would be a failure. But I wouldn't want to say a person is a failure because I don't think you can be a failure. Like I said, I'm a fatty. Love your faith. You can decide to want to do something and not eventually do it and find a way to still love your life the way your life ends up. And someone else thinks of doing something and they did it and they live a mediocre life compared to yours. Does that make you a failure? No, because you're not a failure. You didn't fail. You love your life. So you can't be a failure, but you grow by doing, not by thinking. Because If all you do as a young person is wake up and you just think, man, I would like to write the book. I love to learn to ride the bicycle. I love to learn to play basketball. I love to learn to cook. I love to learn to make money online. I love to learn to do this. I love to learn to do that. And you never actually do it. Then how are you going to grow? How are you going to actually experience life? You grow by doing. Do more and think less. Act more. Act more and think later. I'm a very impulsive person. Most times, and like, okay, I'll use this as when I was in Nigeria. Yeah, if you see a girl you like, you want to talk to a girl, you don't, oh, this girl, should I talk to her? Sometimes you do, obviously, because actually, depending on the scenario, sometimes you actually analyze things or you don't think about, oh, okay, what am I going to say? Okay, first, I'm going to say that, hello. No, you just do it. You see an opening, boom, just do it. And if it doesn't work out, you move on. And if it does, okay. So you do. But when you think, when you over strategize, when you wait for the perfect time and the right time, and then bro, you have probably would eventually not do it. So just do it. Just do it. Literally just do it. If it's in your mind and if it's what you want to do, just do it. The worst that could happen is it's not working out. And that doesn't mean you failed. No. It simply means you wanted to do something, you tried doing it, but it didn't work out. But you're still, to me, you're a winner because a lot of people would want to do something and they still wouldn't try. But that doesn't mean they are failures either. Simply means they just didn't think it was worth it for them to do it. But if you actually want something and then you do it, I'm impressed by you. And I think you are the GOAT. Mm, hmm? Okay, give me a second. So my laptop is about to die. I'm gonna wrap up this video before I go and get my charger. The pressure to figure it out steals your joy of discovery. Hmm. The pressure to figure it out steals your joy of discovery. I think as a child, when you're a child, one of the best feeling you get as a child is that ability to be an explorer. Because as a child, when you're trying to do something, there is no pressure. There is just you trying to do it and then becoming good at it. But when you grow older, there is that pressure to have to be phenomenal and great at it. And then if you are not as good as the conventional POV or the conventional point of view, if you're not as good, you feel like, oh no, no, you feel weird about it. Whereas a child, you don't care. You just do it and you just keep doing it and and during the process of you even doing it, you are enjoying it, you're having the best time of your life compared to you as an adult when you're trying to do it and then you're using so much effort and you're like, I have to do this, it has to be this perfect. No, the pressure to figure it out and the pressure for you to have it perfect, it skews that discovery journey. When you're trying to, you're going on a journey and then it's life. I'll use life as an example. So remember, life is a journey and it's not just a journey, it's a personal journey. So you're going through your life, you're going through your personal journey in life. This is my personal journey in life. And then you have this pressure of, oh, I have to figure it out. My life has to be like this. It has to be like this. At the end of the day, you're going to miss everything out. You're going to miss out on everything going on around you. You're going to miss out on the side views and everything because you're just trying to figure it out and just trying to navigate it and like sometimes I find myself doing that. I'm taking a stroll, I'm taking a walk in the city, or I'm going somewhere, and rather than just calming down, slowing down, and then looking left and right, and then just enjoying the scenery, and then just like looking at people, and then just enjoying the city, I'm like, okay, this is my destination. I have to get to this destination at this particular time. And because you're doing that, you miss out on everything. And remember, memento mori, you eventually die. And then on your deathbed, you're like, I actually missed out on so many things. And guess what? There are no second chances. There are no second chances. So you miss out on everything because there's so much pressure for you to figure it out. And because there's so much pressure for you to figure it out, you eventually not live and enjoy the life that you want to live and enjoy. So what's the point? So calm down, relax, and just try your best. But also realize that life is a one time thing. There is no second trial. I think the more you keep momentum mori and amor fati at the back of your mind, the more you're at peace with yourself. I'm not saying you should do the bare minimum. Matter of fact, when you put momentum mori and amor fati at the back of your mind, you would want to do the best because then you would want to see how much you can achieve out of the little life, out of the limited time you have. Also, give yourself space to evolve. Give yourself space to grow. Don't just be a person that is not allowing themselves to grow. Hmm. This actually hits me personally because I'm thinking, am I giving myself space to evolve? Am I actually evolving? I'm in a different country and the pattern of communication here has been, my God, this is hard. I did calculus when I was was in university. No, when I was in secondary school, I did calculus. And calculus was very difficult. Oh my God, calculus gave me sleepless nights. But calculus is a whole lot easier than understanding the people here. And I don't like it because I like to know things. And not knowing things is not knowing how this place works is not giving me a sense of full satisfaction. And I'm not enjoying the full human experience because remember, you have just one life to live. So why not just live the best life ever? I mean, it's just one. Just one. So now I don't understand what's going on and I'm like, ah, I don't like this. I don't like this. But then I just find myself giving up easily. And I'm like, it is what it is. But then I don't want to be stuck in a particular phase of thinking and understanding. Because how can you, as a human, not a human this time, how can you, as a living organism, just choose to live the way you've been living since you've been living? Think about it. It's just biology and evolution. Now, the law of evolution says anything that refuses to evolve dies out. So if I refuse to evolve and I refuse to adapt, then I am doomed to die out. I don't want to die out. And let's even forget about dying out. I like to enjoy things because life is meant to be enjoyed and not endured. Think about it. You can actually just choose to enjoy. You can literally today wake up and be like, you know what? I choose to enjoy life. Who's going to stop you? Nobody. Not one person. So I feel like I can be enjoying where I'm at right now because I'm leaving next year. So I can choose to enjoy it a whole lot more. But I don't know how to because I'm very confused. So in a way, I feel like I'm restricting myself from evolving. Hmm. Now this comes right back at you. Evolve. Choose evolution. And you can do this. Trust me. You can evolve. You can be better than you were yesterday. You're in control of your life's journey. And I believe in you. Once again, if you've gotten this far in this video, you're the GOAT. You're the MVP. I shout out to you. And apologies if my flatmate coming into the video was unprofessional. Well, it's a shared space. There's love in sharing. So if you're going to take anything away from this video, there's love in sharing. Share the things that you have. Spread love. One love. Thank you for watching. I love you. Keep watching.